Okay, what's the trick? Hello?
Kathy, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. You know what? I have a whole, this like looks new to me. I have a whole bunch of stuff on my screen. What do I do with it?
Oh, I don't know. What do you have on your screen?
Well, I have this little box in the corner that says all the options and
Oh, with the GoToMeeting?
yeah.
Wow, I don't know.
Oh, and then I have the video up here.
Oh yeah, I'm showing my screen. That way everybody can see what's up. So if I search something, it'll come over here and I can do like a new search of
Oh, so
something.
that's your screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was my screen. I'm thinking, what?
You're like, wow, I didn't even know I was doing that, huh?
No, I didn't know I was so cool. This is the great thing about doing this business with my son and daughter because they're the techies.
You see, everybody has their own things that they're really great at.
I know. So how have you been?
I've been really good. I was in Hawaii last week, so it was fantastic. It was a
What were
wonderful
you
week.
doing over there?
I was enjoying.
So you were just on vacation, you weren't working?
Oh, I mean, I always work,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, but it's only because you want to.
Yeah. Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, right, right.
But yeah, I mean, no like real, no real intended work there, other than just to consolidate a lot of the things that I had been working on for a while.
Yeah. It's nice to have it virtual. You can go wherever you want, whenever you want, isn't it?
In a
I
big
guess
way.
nice is an understatement.
Yes, yes. To be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, you found your
Hi,
video.
Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
Super. And you?
I'm good, I'm good. Is it warm down there in Indiana?
It's fabulous.
Kind
Absolutely fabulous.
of like Hawaii, right?
I don't know about that, but, it's
I,
nice.
I brought the warm weather home for you. Enjoy.
I'm going to. I'll tell you. It's supposed to be 74 or something like that tomorrow here?
Wow.
Yeah.
74?
Yep.
It's supposed to get up to 64 today, and that's a good 12 degrees warmer than it is right now.
I know.
Wow.
You can't beat that. So let's start off with some positive focus. Dad, was that yours?
What?
The warm weather.
The warm weather, we started throwing vinyl away, cleaning up the back room. DJ had her first horse lesson and thoroughly enjoying the baby. So all kinds of positive focuses.
That's pretty great.
And I've got a halo above me. I mean, that
That's
ought to tell
well
you
deserved.
something.
That's
That ought
well
to tell you
deserved,
something.
John.
Yeah.
Oh
You know, if
dear.
we were on Google Hangouts, Grandpa, we could get you a halo.
I've got a halo. I got one.
How about you, Kay?
We had winter formal yesterday, which was fun last night. And then this coming week, is OGT week, which is Ohio graduation test. You take those sophomore year, so I passed them all last year. So I get an extra 2.5 hours to sleep in because we don't have to be, like, our first period starts at 9:50 instead of 7:15. I'm so happy. Whew,
That's cool.
it'll be
That's
great.
that's awesome. Good for you. Think of all
Yeah.
that extra time where you'll be able to get stuff done.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go work out a couple days. I'm gonna go out to breakfast with some of my friends one day. Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. How about you, Kathy?
You know,
Oh, go on, Dad.
if you give a young girl a car, she just runs. What can you say? Is that how it is, Crazy K?
Yep. I should change that. That's how it is, though.
How about you, Kathy?
Well, my most current positive focus is that I had a house full of grandchildren this afternoon, and my oldest, Parker, came running in, and he said, Nana, I finally figured it out. He says, I've been working on my goals, and these are the 3 instruments that I want to learn how to play in my lifetime. And he listed, he wants to be either a scientist, an archaeologist, and the reasons why. And I mean, he just blew me away. He'd really given it some thought. And then we went out on a hike, and we back up to a forest preserve, and lo and behold, we found all the bones from 2 deer. So they scavenged all the, I was like, it was just so cool. So that was a really huge positive focus.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
He's
And of course, pardon me?
He sounds like he's cut from the same cloth, Kathy. You can tell that he's yours.
Well, he's just a dream, you know. How about your positive focus?
Boy, I got a lot of them. This last week was a good week. Pretty busy, but a good one. I spent it in Hawaii, so I was really sorry I wasn't on the call with you guys last week. I kind of got held up in a hike over kind of the Hokulau Mountains, which are my favorite mountains in Hawaii. I was at the very top, and I couldn't get back down, and we got lost on the way back down. So a little later than I had thought. So sorry about that, but it was an amazing hike. So that was really great. And this last week I started like the first of 2 kind of Strength Finder coaching lessons with everybody on the team, where I would coach them through their personal strengths and kind of like helping them find them in themselves. And then this next week I get to kind of say how that kind of interacts, how your strengths interact with other people's strengths that you work with on a regular basis. So they're all super stoked about the second part. They don't care so much about their strengths. They want to see what other people have got going on and how they can interact with them. So it's gonna be really cool.
Very good.
So
That's
awesome.
very cool.
Where's Anna today? Do we have an Anna?
I don't know. I called her about a half hour ago.
She didn't answer?
She didn't answer. I can try again now.
Very strange. Yeah, give her a little ring real quick, because I can't imagine she doesn't want to be on the call for this week. Because I know Kathy, she had expressed a ton of interest in learning.
Oh, good. So, John, what time is it in Indiana right now? Is it 6 o'clock?
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
7:06.
So we're on the same time now then, because it's 6 o'clock here. since we changed.
Right.
Oh no, no,
Okay, that's totally fine.
no.
Just checking.
Indiana's still. So it's 7 there, Dad. Though, right?
706.
Yeah,
7. I thought you said oh.
706.
So
So,
we're
706.
So we're never on the same time then.
you know, Kathy, Indiana used to be one of those few states that didn't do daylight savings. It was like Indiana, Arizona, and Hawaii. But
Yeah.
now Indiana flipped over and now they're doing daylight savings. So they're always off of Chicago now. Before they would switch from
Oh.
Eastern to Central, you know, depending on, you know, like the whims of daylight savings. I know,
Okay.
like it gets confusing when everybody's not on the same.
Anna is
Okay.
coming. It's making her download something. So it's downloading, but she's coming.
All right.
Oh.
Well, Kathy, you want to go ahead and get started?
Sure. What I was thinking is twofold, and one is what I decided to do, that if I was working my business, if you will, and I had already qualified each one of you, meaning I knew what your need was or your want, or I knew something you didn't want, then I would do a specific presentation based on that. So what I want to do tonight is basically talk about, not do that, but talk about the industry. So how you can best understand USANA is understanding the industry and the economy. And we've talked a lot about the economy and what have you right prior to this. And then share a little bit of my story, and then like a 30,000-foot view of USANA. So you just get the feel, and then we're good to go. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Perfect.
Okay, so I think when we look at our economy right now, we all know that the world is changing, that faster than ever before, that technology is just stronger and bolder and faster, and the industrial age it's dead. I mean, it's been replaced by the technology and information age. So there are still people, though, that are working and believing in this old model of the industrial age model. And so these people, well, let me back up a little bit. When we're talking about this, when we're talking about network marketing, we're talking about the masses. So we're talking about, that's why the economy is important to talk about. Well, there she is.
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, guys.
Hey Anna, we missed you. Okay, Kathy's just getting started.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking about the current economy and how the current economy is going one direction, and yet there's still overlap with an outdated mindset, and you've got workers they're underpaid, they're overworked, they're stressed, they're worried about losing their jobs if they haven't already been laid off. I mean, pensions are gone. When I look back at my dad, he worked for the same company for 40 years. I mean, that's over. And, you know, all the conversations we've had about Robert Kiyosaki, he's saying that, you know, this whole mindset, this whole idea, get good grades, go to school, and so you can go to school and get a job, it's just obsolete. Because having a steady paycheck and a secure job are clearly an illusion, like it was back in the industrial age. So what he also says is that the middle class have now become the working poor. And then when another one of the economists, Paul Zane Pilzer, you're probably familiar with him, he says that 30 to 40% of the people in America are currently not working. But what the government does is that if somebody hasn't found a job in 6 months, then you're taken off the statistics. You're considered that you've just dropped out of the labor force. So clearly, the unemployment statistics are not accurately reflecting the reality of our economy. And then you take that a step further, you take a look at structural unemployment, which is the first sign of economic growth. And this example was really helpful to me in understanding what's happening. because it's so simple that if you take an island, 10 men on an island, and each day they go out to fish, and then one day a missionary comes to the island and he brings a net. So now you need one man to power the boat and another man to throw the net in. So now you've got two people, two men, doing the work that it used to take 10 people, which is a 500% increase in productivity in one day. And so then you take that and you look at how technology is changing, you know, it reflects that a bit. And so then the island, they have a big problem. They still have the wealth of the fish, but now they've got an 80% unemployment rate. What do you do with these people? And so that's another whole social issue, and that's basically what I understand is happening in the world today. So in our economy. So then, knowing that that is happening, I think there's two questions to ask. In this new economy, is it better to become an entrepreneur, or is it better to work for someone else? That's one question that needs to be answered. And then number two, if a person does decide to become an entrepreneur, and again, we're talking about the masses, how can they do it without massive risk and large amounts of money? So there's a brand new documentary out. It's just excellent. It's about a 50-minute documentary called The Rise of the Entrepreneur. And in this documentary, Eric Worre, he's the producer of it. He takes the greatest experts, the greatest thought leaders in the world of entrepreneurism, like Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, and they all believe that not only is it better to become an entrepreneur, but that network marketing is a better way. And so, you know, we've all talked about how Kiyosaki again says that this is an outdated model. And when you think about, and again, just don't think about ourselves, but think about the masses. You think about the person that, you know, they hate to hear that alarm clock go off every morning, and they hate going to their job, or they don't like some of the people that they're working with, and they have no control. They're starting when someone tells them, they're doing what somebody tells them to do, and the really, really sad thing is most people are working 50 weeks a year for a 2-week vacation. And then they're so overextended that they take a staycation because they can't afford to take a vacation. And so I think the reality of our economy is really sad. It's really, really sad. But yet it isn't about our economy. It's about each person's individual economy and what they want to do to create their own future. And certainly network marketing is an optimal way to do that. And in fact, if you look at the average earnings in the U.S. of the middle class, it's about $50,000. The top 25% earn $90,000. Top 10% $140,000, and then the top 5% $190,000, and the top 1% are earning $380,000 and above. So just look at those numbers and say, what is my best chance for getting in the top 5 or 1%? Is it getting a job, graduating from college and getting a job, or is it becoming an entrepreneur and building my own business? So I think that when you look at network marketing in that industry, that these experts and many, many more, it's an excellent, excellent video, that one, Rise of the Entrepreneur. And what I have found in my organization is that it's not only, it is for the masses and even that top 1%, because the wealthy team members that I have in my business, they have joined the business because they want to diversify. They want another stream of residual income that they can take, you know, on Kiyosaki's chart, get the stream of income working so that your money is working for you. You remember that chart on the investment side? So this is a nice stream to diversify, and these people that are making this kind of money clearly have the skills to go do this in a very rapid amount of time, and they also are passionate about health and wellness, and so many people, when they're young, caught in this, well, even in the new model as well as the old model, they're sacrificing their health to gain wealth, and then in the latter years, they're spending that wealth trying to regain their health. So Paul St. Pilzer also talks about the health and wealth. He says the next trillion-dollar industry is health and wellness, technology, and there was something else, health and wellness, technology, and I forgot. But anyway, there were three things, and hopefully it'll come back to me. But network marketing meets all three of those things. Too bad I can't think what the third one is. It's with network marketing, you have very low startup costs. You have a proven system that works. You have very, very low risk, and you have excellent training. You create independent business partners with a duplicatable system. And one of them, the main reason that it is so effective is because of word-of-mouth advertising. So in network marketing, which is the most effective of all, in network marketing, the distributors, the regional distributors are eliminated, all the advertising is limited, so that 40 to 50% of the money traditional companies spend on that is paid back in commissions to the associates or the entrepreneurs or business owners. So let me take a pause there and see if you've got any questions or thoughts.
Caroline, Anna, Dan?
That's a lot.
I want to know, like, Kathy, Caroline, can you tell Kathy what network marketing is?
It's when you have the main person and then it's like a pyramid. So like you have the one person who, like, I don't know if you would say like there are two people working for this one person and then there are three more people working for this one person that's working for this person. And they like all go after the same product. Like.
So Kathy, we want you, like, can you get into the nuts and bolts a little bit of like, because Caroline, if I make sure I'm saying this correctly, she wants to know, like, for your business, how do you make money?
Okay.
Like same way with like Jared, like she always wants to know, like, so how do you make money? So like for your job, how do you make money doing it? Like, you know, like what exactly do you do, and how do you, like, how does the business model work?
Okay. Well, I think to clarify what is network marketing, it's really when you've got a group of independent entrepreneurs that are moving a product or service, and they're efficiently moving it through the system by word of mouth, by recommendation. So the way, when you talk about a pyramid, look at any corporation, look at any religious organization. Those are your pyramids. The guy at the top makes the most money, and all the little worker bees underneath, they will never make more money than the guy at the top. You know, you've got your blue-collar workers, you've got your middle management, you've got your executives, and you've got to work your way up there, and there's only one or two people at the top. So in network marketing, because everybody is an individual business owner, it doesn't matter the form. If you could see it, the millions of people involved in it, if you could see it, there is no form to it. There is no pyramid.
Web?
Well, it's probably more like a web, yeah, more like a web. And I think there's a big difference. I'm sorry.
Sorry, just like networked with different other people that sell, as well as people that they sell to, and that kind
Right.
of thing.
So the shape. So there's two. What I understand to be two differences. One, there's multi-level marketing, which falls under the umbrella of network marketing, and whereas USANA specifically would be under that main umbrella network marketing, because let's say, for example, the simplest way I can explain this to you, Kay, I share with you, you tell me you want to earn a little extra money, and I say, well, you know, I may have a solution for you. Let me show you what I'm doing and see if it's something that you might like to do. And then I would take you through the company's presentation, and I would enroll you on the computer. There's a whole program, and when I enter you, I would enter you under me. You know, there's my little number, my associate number, and I'm your sponsor, and then I enrolled you as a new associate, and then we are a team. You are not working for me. We are working together. I'm the one that will train you. I'm the one that will teach you how to invite people to look at our products, our businesses. So that's a big difference. You're not working for me, because my goal in working with you is to create an independent business owner so that eventually you will not need me. We will still be really, really good friends and family and all that kind of stuff. And so the way that so let me back up a little. So then you talk to your best friend. We do a USANA presentation. Your best friend joins. You would be the sponsor, and your best friend is enrolled under you. However, the commission that you earn from your best friend, I would earn the exact same commission. I would not earn a percentage, but the same thing. And then your friend brings in a new person, and this keeps going on and on. We all earn the same thing all the time. So that's why, so as a sponsor, because I am earning what you're earning from your new associate, that's why it's in my best interest to train you. And then as you become trained, it's in your best interest to train your people. So it's a win-win for both people.
So would the money that I made, would that be like split in half, and you would get half and I would get half?
No.
Where does the other money come from then?
There we go.
What was the question?
Where does the money come from then?
The money comes from, like, one of USANA's line is a line of supplements, and each product is assigned a point value. And because USANA is in 20 different countries, the compensation is seamless. So it wouldn't matter if I sold products in Japan or France. The points are the points are the points. Every Friday, this is a binary compensation plan. So as I enroll new associates and as I enroll new customers, I'm balancing and putting them either on the right or left side of my business. And I have multiple businesses now, so I choose. I'm going to put it in business number 5, number 6, whatever I'm going to do, and the right and left side have to balance. So on Friday, the computer looks at my USANA business, all of my business centers, and wherever I have balanced, or whatever amount of money I have balanced on, there's a commission chart, then I get paid on that. The exact same thing happens in your business and everybody's business below you. So what is rolling up is not the money, but the points. So whenever products are moved, the points roll through all of us, and we all get the same amount of points. See, it's much easier to understand, like if you see a video, or if we were doing an exact USANA presentation, or if we were sitting one-to-one, we're drawing circles, and otherwise, conceptually, a binary compensation plan is a little bit of a stretch to understand in the beginning. Other companies, I mean, this is voted the best compensation plan in the industry, the binary. And then other companies, they are multi-level. So I enroll you, Kay, and you're my business partner, and then you enroll Anna, and then Anna enrolls John, and then you would get a percentage, like 10%, 5%, and down, and then it cuts off, maybe at level 4, and you get nothing for the next 5, 10, 20 people. USANA doesn't cut anything off. We can go as deep and wide, and the points are the points. It's just great. So, I mean, I'm getting points and earnings from people I don't even know because, you know, somebody I enrolled somebody and they enrolled them. And it's the same thing as I go out now. I have people that are joining my business that I didn't know last week. Does that help? Or is it still a stretch?
I think it makes
No,
sense. Yeah. Go on,
Yeah,
Kay.
I'm still confused a little bit about the binary system, but I think I have the general basis, so we can keep going. I can research
Let
that
me help you a
later.
little bit. Take an apple, and take an apple and cut it in half, and you've got it on your computer screen, and then you talk to your mother, and she wants to join you in this because the two of you can work together and have a lot of fun. So you go on your computer, and you put in your number, and then you put in your mother's name. You've got to decide, are you going to put her on your right side of the apple or the left side of the apple? So you say, and it doesn't matter, there's no right or wrong. You put your mom on the right side, you put your dad on the left side, you put Anna and Fritz right, left, and you're constantly making that choice based on balancing those sides. So if you've got 500 points on your right side and you're going to enroll your dad and you've only got 100 points on your left side, you're going to enroll him on the left side, and then on Friday the computer's going to look, oh, look at that balance is at 500 points or 5,000, and then it cuts you a check for every business center. And each business center has an earning capacity of $52,000. Once that business center is earning $52,000, then USANA gives you another business center. And you stick that anywhere in your organization. So if you were in my organization and I got my 10th business center, and I could put it under you. And now you and I are working. As I build this one, I'm helping you. So it's just like the coolest thing ever. But don't feel bad if you don't totally grasp it, because most people have to hear it a half a dozen times. And
Why? Why do you?
It's like lingo. You have to like learn the lingo before.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's a whole new language, and then if we were doing an actual presentation, it's a lot clearer. You know, if we're doing it online, or if you're watching a video. I mean, I can send you a video, the compensation plan, that makes it really, really easy. And it's just hard with something like that when you don't have circles to look at or apples to look at. It's too conceptual.
Well, okay, I just have one more question.
Okay.
With the apple analogy, why do you have to divide it into 2? Like, could you keep it as 1, or could you divide it into 3, or could you? Is that just like the different
Because
hack things that you have?
Because those are the rules. The rule of a binary compensation plan says you have to have 2 sides. You have to have a right and a left. So don't try to analyze it. Don't try to understand it. It's a little bit like algebra. That's just the way it is. You have a right side and a left side, period.
I don't like those answers. It just is. I don't know why it just is.
Yeah, that's the definition of it. But I mean, the thing of it is that it can, you start off basically earning 20%, and as you build your business, then you're earning 30, 40, and sometimes 50%. So, and this is per business center. So, I mean, and unlike a pyramid, there's no ceiling. So you could be my business partner, Kay, and you can out-earn me. I am not ahead of you. This is your business, and it's simply based on how much time you put in and how much productivity. So you're paid on moving products. And if you move products faster than I do, then you can make more money than I do.
So would my business still be called USANA, or do I create a name for it?
You can create a name. Like we created a name because now this is not what the majority of people do, Kay. But my son and daughter and we created an LLC, and we call that LLC the ripple effect, because this has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect in your health, and it has a ripple effect in your income. So we did that, and I will tell you guys this, because we're family, but because I'm divorced, this was a real concern for me, because USANA has a perpetuity clause that all this time and effort that I'm putting into this, I wanted to make it as smooth as can be, that my children walk with it. So it's, if I drop dead tomorrow, they just take my name off and they've got it. Okay? But most, and so I've got a very good friend. He's an attorney, and he has been with USANA for 18 years, and he has like 40 business centers. And so he has also done this with his family, and he did set up an LLC because he wanted to protect against future divorce. Not that, none of his kids were even married at the time, but it's like, there's a 50% divorce rate, so you've got to be diligent. Do you know what I mean? So if that's not a concern, and it's just all very, very personal. So yes, you can start a business just as an entrepreneur, and you could call it whatever you want, and you will get a website. So like our website is www.ripple.usana, and USANA does all of it. You just choose your name, and you've got the most amazing website ever. Same thing with your back office and the training, and so it's really, really individual, how you work it, how you set your goals, how you do your vision. And what's really, really cool about it is that your success clearly is based on your personal growth. So because it's not a difficult business in terms of learning. It's not like you've got to take chemistry classes, although some of us on this call are good in that. But they're not difficult skills to learn. They just take practice, and it's about personal development. It's about belief in yourself. It's about, you're going to have a lot of people say, no, I'm not interested, and you need to be able to shake that off and move on, and it's okay.
What? I don't. I'm really lost. What does? Okay, what's LLC? What does that stand for? Something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a limited liability corporation.
So it's a company, Katie. Whenever you set up a company, like when we have real estate, we have those in a company, right? When we talk about like Brightside's a company that owns real estate, so it's an LLC. So if you were to start a company with Emma, right, you would start a company, you'd give it a name, right? If you register it with the state, then one of the options you can do is what's called an LLC, okay? What that does is it makes you only limitedly liable, okay? Like, so for example, if you were to sell, like horses, like Emma was talking about horses, sleazies, right? Which is like the little cover that goes over the horse, right?
Yeah.
If you sold that and somebody was like, hey, listen, that gave my prize-winning horse a rash. Like, I'm going to sue you for everything you own. Now, granted, you and Emma don't own a whole lot right now, but say you owned a huge house and you owned a bunch of other stuff. If you sold them out of the limited liability corporation, you would only be limitedly liable. Meaning that, like, they couldn't sue you. They could only sue the company.
Because the company sold them, not you.
You didn't sell them. The company did. So if somebody at one of the houses slips, breaks their neck for some reason, and thinks that it's because of some negligence that Anna didn't fix this and I asked her to fix it 5 times, they can go back on, they can file a suit against the company and all of the assets that are within the company, but not outside the company. Does that make sense? That's why people put things in companies to begin with. Like, it's kind of, well, it's one of the main big reasons. Other things like Kathy was mentioning, like transfer of ownership and stuff like that, is very clean with a company. And you can set up a lot of provisions.
Do you have to set, if you create a company, do you have to like set it up with the state?
No.
And if you don't, so like if you don't, then it's like
You're completely liable.
you're completely liable.
Yep. So, for example, like Dad, like Disc Carpet, it was never registered with the state for a really long time. Therefore, if you ran over somebody in the Disc Carpet van, they would not only get all the carpet inventory and stuff like that, they would get the house, they would get anything that Dad owned, because he didn't have it in a limited liability type entity.
So it's in your best interest to figure it out with the state and get it.
Yeah. But I mean, we're also talking,
You gotta pay
it's
taxes on it
extremely
anyway.
easy. Like, setting it up takes
And
less than 15 minutes and costs you $100.
Yeah.
That's the quickest, easiest, fastest insurance you'll ever buy in your life.
Yeah.
That's just setting up a company in general.
And yet, you know, not just USANA, but all, well, I shouldn't say all, I don't know for sure all, but I mean, these network marketing companies like USANA has a huge liability insurance that covers us, you know, as associates and what have you, representing them. Certainly, if we violate the policies and procedures, you know, it's not going to, you got to deal with that.
Right.
You know, you've got a big problem.
Right.
But most people within USANA have not done that. They feel they just start an entrepreneurial, maybe they do it later down the road as their business grows, you know, but in the beginning they just enroll by purchasing products, and then they start their training, and it's really, really simple. Because you can even do it, you can have a co-owner, co-distributorship. So I mean, it is so easy. It is just so simple. And then when you asked about getting paid, and I want to make sure I answer that clearly. There are 6 different ways that you can get paid with USANA. One, and you can get paid with all of them at the same time. One is what I talked to you about, the binary compensation plan, where you're getting paid as you balance your points.
Oh gosh, that's only one of them?
Pardon me?
That's only one of them?
That's only one. That's only one.
There's more. It gets better.
Yeah, it gets better and better. And then there's retail sales. So, for example, if you go to my website and you purchase $500 worth of products, you will pay the retail price, and I will get the difference between the retail and the wholesale price. That will be in addition to my weekly commission. However, what I do for most people when I'm talking one-on-one, I will place the order for them, and then they get the wholesale price. So I'm still about helping. Yeah, I mean, some people, that's a big deal to save 10%. Other people don't care. So everything is so individual. And then USANA has what they call a matching bonus. And this is like the most fantastic enhancement to their compensation plan. They introduced it about 3 to 4 years ago. And basically what that says is, Kay, you're a brand new distributor, you just joined my team, and the first thing I'm going to do with you is I'm going to teach you how to invite people, teach you how to qualify people so that you and I together can talk to them. So in the beginning, I'll do all the talking, and then as it moves on, then you do a little, I do a little, until you're proficient. And if you find, now this is an incentive USANA offers, if you find 4 business partners that want to join us in the first 8 weeks, you have qualified for a lifetime matching bonus. And what that means is that for every person from now until eternity that duplicates that, you not only receive all of their commission points, but every Friday you get 15% of their paycheck. It's huge. So if somebody's making $50,000 a year in one of their business centers, you're going to get 7,500 from that. 75. That's huge. That's the life, and that's on is there's no limit on the number of people, so you can make thousands and thousands just on that one bonus, plus your commission, plus the difference between wholesale and retail, and then once you reach, USANA has different levels. Once you reach the level of gold, and it's gold, ruby, emerald, and diamond, then you are thrown into what they call the leadership pool. And so we get a 3% bonus every week, which runs about $200 on of what's coming in that week. It can fluctuate. It might be 2.25, whatever. So once you hit that, you've got it for, and that's per business center. And then that is exponentially multiplied. So if you have one business center earning $52,000, you're going to get 3%, and then for the second one, you're going to get 2 more shares and 2 more shares. So getting into the bonus pools is huge. And then pardon me?
Where does all this money come from?
Well, because USANA doesn't advertise. They have 0 advertising costs. They have 0 distribution. They ship. I have a customer that places an order. We put it in online. It ships directly from the factory right to their home. I don't collect any money. I don't deliver. So that's why it's so efficient. It's so seamless. It's so smooth. So USANA is paying about 50% back to the distributors. They're paying back their advertising costs, their distribution center costs.
So do you have to pay money to USANA to use their name?
No.
So where did they get their money from?
From all the products that are moving. So for example,
so Caroline, let's look at it this way. Like, say for go on.
Okay, let me turn on my light so you guys can see me. Hang on.
She's so cute.
Okay, go.
All right. So Caroline, say for example, like if I sell. All right, so I sell a product on my webpage, okay? So in my business, what I actually sell that people physically get in their hands is a $2.50 card. Okay?
Yes.
What I sell it for is $175.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that I make a profit of $172 on every one sold, right?
Probably. I mean, unless you, I could be thinking too hard about this, but like if you take in what you have to pay for.
That's the money in. This is the money out, right? That's
Okay.
like I bought it for like it cost me $250,
Yeah.
and I'm getting $175, right? That's
Okay.
just real numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But to sell that, I spend at least $50 to $75 to get people to buy it for $175.
Mm.
So you know those little ads on the side, right? Those Google AdWords, that kind of thing? That's what you call marketing, right? You're getting it in front of people's face so that they can actually see it so they buy it, right? How USANA gets it in front of people's face is Kathy and all the people in the network market. They actually get it in front of people's face, and for that, they get the marketing budget. They get all the advertising money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you sell, if a product's, like, if I were just to go on the USANA website and buy a product that's $10, it costs $5 to make it, so then Kathy get $5?
No.
Okay.
Kathy
I think that's where I was getting confused, because I was like, okay, so you just get them that $5 and...
No, because what you have to keep in mind is 2 things, that the distributor or the entrepreneur has to be profitable and the company has to be profitable. So the company has to make money off of the product sales. So you look at USANA's earnings, they have had record earnings for the last 12 years, or 10 years. So the company is profitable. You also look, you want to see the management and the leadership. And, you know, can they be trusted? You want to learn about those people. And you want to make sure that both sides are profitable and that there's a market for your product. Because you don't want to have to waste your time creating the market. So if you just look at one of USANA's lines, and that's the line of supplementation, you know, 3 out of 4 people supplement, and I think, you know, 12 out of 2 billion know how to choose a supplement. So we really spend our time educating people. How do you choose? What is the criteria for choosing an optimal supplement? And then they can make an informed choice. So all, like for example, everything on the food, like GNC and Walgreens and the drugstores, that's all food grade supplements. USANA is pharmaceutical grade, which means that they are not only manufacturing to the quality of pharmaceuticals, USANA's ramped it up and they're manufacturing to Australian standards, which are higher than U.S. standards.
What are pharmaceutical? Yeah. What's the difference between pharmaceutical and like food-based? What are that?
Oh, it's a huge difference. One is the quality of the manufacturing process. Like for example, and Fritz, correct me if I'm wrong, but let's say a pharmaceutical company is manufacturing a statin drug. Well, they have to test, this is what I've learned, 1 in 10 batches of that drug to make sure that it contains what it's supposed to contain. Okay? USANA, what they do in their manufacturing process, they test every stage of every batch. Every stage of every batch. That is huge. So that is why USANA can stamp that potency guarantee on there that what is on the label is actually in the product. Everything in the food stores is food grade, and you might see #1 doctor recommended, mother's choice, men's choice, women over 50, all that stuff. It's simply marketing, absolute marketing. And then another thing, with pharmaceutical grade, you will find uniformity within the tablets so that every tablet in that bottle contains the same ingredients that are listed on the label and that it will disintegrate in 20 to 30 minutes. We're doing an event tomorrow night with Bill Curtis, and frequently to illustrate this, I do what's called an apple test. It's a real simple thing, and I put slices of apples in wine glasses and put the apple in water, and then I'll take a USANA vitamin and put it in one, and then Centrum, which is one of the biggest sellers, Women's One A Day GNC, and within 24 hours, because we're talking about oxidative stress, so if you put an apple on the table, it turns brown. That's oxidation. So one of the roles of antioxidants is to slow that down or stop that in our body. So I put the USANA antioxidant in with the apple. It can sit there for 3 days and it has not browned at all. The Centrum, within 15 hours, is black. It's coal black. The water, the apple, the same thing with GNC, they're muddy. So there's all kinds of fillers in there, there's garbage, and it's like, I tell people you'd be better off taking nothing because you don't know what you're putting in your body. So that's huge.
That makes me so skeptical now.
I know, and that's how I got in USANA. When I learned all these things, I was flipping mad because I thought I have been so deceived, and so this is my mission, to set the captives free. You know, and if people still want to take that junk, that's okay, but at least
they know.
I know, and then there's so many third parties that have come in and verified USANA's products. I don't know if you've heard of the Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements, but that's a Canadian company that has now ranked over 1,600 products against a blended criteria, and USANA has been chosen the best of the best for 10 years. So they're listed in the PDR. I mean, they're just, you can't touch the quality. And then, so does that help in terms of understanding pharmaceutical grade?
Yeah, yeah.
So Kathy, tell me, who's the perfect type person for a USANA business? What qualities does that person have? I mean, other than look a lot like Kathy right here.
Oh yeah, that's real important. Yeah. I think that person has to have a burning desire, a hunger, and a passion to grow it, to build it. You've got to have that. You've got to have the passion about the product, and that doesn't come overnight. But that's going to drive your business, and you've got to have hunger, and you've got to have your vision and your why, because all USANA is a vehicle to get you to your vision, and your why is your what. And we've talked about all of that. So it's ultimately somebody that's teachable, somebody that wants to learn, somebody that wants to grow, somebody that wants to make a difference. One thing I learned, one of my best things I learned from Bill Curtis, and this is certainly because he's a award-winning journalist, when we talked, when I first introduced him to USANA, all he kept saying was, Kathy, tell me more. Tell me more. And that's a teachable person. And when you've got somebody that's open-minded and teachable, then, hey, it works. And then when you've got your personal growth, it's just a beautiful combination.
Kathy, I don't want to interrupt, but look at this view.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That is.
Oh my goodness.
That's the east. I don't even know the west. It's sunset, but this is what it's making the eastern sky look like.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. Inside the house, it's all pink and blue and gorgeous.
It's
And that's
true.
just, I said, that's not even the sunset. Okay,
That's fantastic. So Anna, any questions for Kathy? Kathy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No, I've learned a ton.
Good.
How did you find out about USANA?
Good question.
Well, my daughter was introduced to USANA through her doctor, and so at that time I had just retired from GE after 20 years, and I was burnt out, stressed, and I'm never doing anything. You know, I was taking care of her baby, and so she's all fired up. I mean, she has a master's in economics and finance, and so she saw this business model, and she was over the top with it. And so she brings it to me, and it's like, well, you know what, Carrie, I think it's great. Go knock yourself out. And but I started on the products. I said I'll be a customer, and then what I started doing, when I learned about how people are being deceived in the marketplace, I was so furious. I'm telling all my friends, call my daughter. She'll tell you about all these great vitamins, this pharmaceutical. And so finally Carrie said, Mother, why don't you just sign up as a distributor and get your products paid for? I said, okay, fine, do whatever you want. I was totally not interested in this. And then I went to the convention, and, you know, within 6 months, I really had an awakening. I'm a woman of faith, and I believe that God just pointed out my selfishness, that all I was concerned about was myself and my family, and that there's a whole world out there. And thus my passion was born, and I'm going for it. So it's like, this is just an exciting way to give gifts to people that are open to it and want it. I mean, there's some people that like to be victims and wallow in it, and there's nothing you can do. But those that want to take care of their health and build a future and have a purpose, that's what brought me in. And then plus, and one other thing that I realized after I got in was, it's like, oh my gosh, I mean, it's really what drove my hunger for personal growth. I realized that I was adopted as an infant, and so even though my adoptive parents, I grew up, oh, you're so, they call them their adopted angel, their adopted angel. So I was cherished in that environment, but yet when I went out, I wasn't any different from everybody else. Nobody thought I was any more special than anybody else, and beneath all that, there was an I'm not good enough. This is kind of the Tony Robbins stuff. I'm not good enough. You know, my biological parents gave me away. And so then when I would go to school and I couldn't hit the baseball or whatever I couldn't do, then it just reinforced I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And then being a boomer, I didn't think I needed a college education because I would just marry a man with a college education. That was my financial plan. And that worked, I mean, in terms of vacations and retirement. So the money was there, but my personal worth was just, you know, on the ground. And so what has changed for me through USANA and the personal growth is that I have a new confidence, I have a new worth, I have a purpose, and I'm more than I could have ever dreamed that I was capable of being. And I know I've just touched the tip of the iceberg, and that's a great place to be. So I know that a man's not a financial plan, and that you need to be with a man because you want to be, not because you need to be taken care of. So it's a wonderful combination, personal growth in USANA, and so that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Kathy.
I mean, that's a lot of insight. Not a lot of people will tell you the intimate day-to-day parts of how they do what they do, and
today 28.
that kind of thing.
So I wonder how you got on yesterday.
You're like family to me.
And you to us.
Thank you.
Kathy, I think that's fantastic. Dad, any questions? Anything else? Anybody else? Anything else to add? Dad, are you muted? You mute yourself again.
Who's doing meditation?
Not me, but I can hear it.
Working.
Is Dad meditating? All right.
Yeah, I hear him doing a little head.
Nope. That's not. That's,
Okay, sounds good. Kathy, thank you so very much. This was extraordinarily
You're welcome.
insightful.
Yeah.
I think Caroline is confused in a very positive way.
That's good. That's good.
This is
Okay.
honestly, this is probably out of the 3 years we've been doing this. This is probably one of my favorite calls that we've had. Like for me, like definitely in the top 5.
Oh, thank you. You are so sweet.
It's awesome.
That is awesome.
All right. Well, K-Bomb, do you want to do your goals for next week? Or from last week? Sorry. Last week. There we go.
Yeah. Okie dokie. And work out 3 times. Yay! Up and working by 7 a.m. No. What went wrong?
Well,
Is Brent too snuggly? We're gonna have to get on to him.
really snuggly. No, he wasn't here for 3 of the mornings. But no, I didn't because I keep a journal. And I don't even remember. I've got such a terrible memory of what went wrong. But I'm going to figure that out.
Okay.
You haven't.
Monday morning I was sick from the night before, and so that morning I was really slow. But then it was rough for me to get up this week. I think I think I do remember. The sun used to come up an hour earlier. Now with the time change, it used to be like 6:30. The sun was in the window, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to get up." Now it's like 7:30, and by that time I'd already fallen back asleep, and then so I think that might have had something to do with it. But
Yeah, I know it was harder for me to wake up this week just because of that 1 hour time change.
maybe that was it then.
That could have been
I
it.
forgot that was. It seems like that was so long ago, but that was this week. So.
So what's your plan for this next week, Anna?
Wait, two water bottles a day. Did you do that?
I did that most days. I didn't do it today, but I did it every other day. I'm sure. So.
All right. For this week.
This week I'm getting up by 7 every morning, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Because I think I'm okay with my water. I'm back in the habit of it.
Do you need any strategies or anything like that in order to get up at 7 every day?
KK, when do you get up? Are you gonna get up? You don't have to get up early this week, do you?
I'm not getting up.
You know, I probably will, but Fritz, we can work on that on the next our next meeting because because I have a couple plans I need help with.
Okay.
So, up by 7.
Grandpa's not on here. If he didn't work out, maybe he left because he owes me $20 if he didn't work out 5 times a day.
Grandpa, you're on here. Are you able to talk or no? We'll wait for him to come back.
No, neither.
What?
Yeah, I'm able to talk.
Did you work out?
Dad, is there any way you can call in on the telephone? I think he's having some connection challenges.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, I can go then while he's chilling. Okay, I did half of habit 6. I worked out 2 times, and I did 60 ounces every day except for yesterday. Because I just forgot.
Baller.
Good job. Which habit is habit 6?
Synergize. Yeah?
1 plus 1 equals 3.
Don't make me doubt myself.
I was checking your resolve.
Okay, and I'm going to keep everything the same for this next week. Except I'm going to bump it up to 3 times workout.
Woo. Because you got so much extra time.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go Monday and Wednesday, and then I'm going to do Zumba on Thursday. I've done Zumba the last 2 weeks. It's so much fun.
Yeah, Zumba is fun.
I like Zumba too.
Yeah, it's great. Okay. Fritz or Kathy, who wants to go next?
Kathy, go ahead.
I'll go. My goal is very simple, and that is to exercise 5 times this week, because last week I did 1, and I know exactly why I failed, and I took on too many projects and tried to squeeze them into time I didn't have. So the first easy thing to go to get it done was my exercise, and that's not what I want. So 5 times this week.
Good. Oh, Fritzo.
I'm going to work out every day this week, which usually isn't a bad or hard thing to do, but this week it'll be a little bit more challenging. It's a very full week.
You just have to rise to the occasion,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
You have to rise to the occasion.
Are you guys hearing?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute Dad. I don't think he's called in with his phone yet.
Yes, he has.
Ah, that's the reason why it's doing that then. You haven't muted your computer.
Shut your. Yeah.
Can you
mute
shut your computer down? Just turn it off. Shut the screen. Turn off the volume. Any of those things. It'll all work. So, Dad, last week, workout 5 times?
4 times.
Ooh, so he owes a 20 spot to somebody.
I volunteered for this week.
I volunteer. I
Hear him laughing.
KK. And you know what, Dad? You can just go ahead and pay me that because KK owes for her phone bill.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna get that to you in April when I see you over spring break. Is that okay?
I know you're good for it. I'm not worried. I just thought that'd be an easy transfer of money.
Sure.
I'll make sure.
Grandpa, do you wanna do workout 5 times next week? I'll volunteer again.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we going to do double this week? 40 for each
No.
day, not done, under 5?
No.
Because it didn't sound like
I think
$20
you gave me
was
up to
very
about-
painful.
Oh, it's painful. Believe me. When I try to get it, I'll tell you how painful it was for me.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right, prize time. Who wants first?
Not it.
Not
I'm
it.
not very good at prizing.
Not very good. You guys are crazy. All right, I'll
Yeah, I feel like I'm not very good at it
I'll
either.
start you out.
You're always good, Kelly.
Caroline, you're the kind of person who will ask really, really inquisitive questions. And you can tell your amazing authenticity when it comes to the questions that you ask. Because if you don't get it, you just say you don't get it. That's very cool. A lot of people, even when they don't get it, will be like, yeah, I think I get it. You're not that person. You'll completely say when you don't, and that's awesome. I remember Grandpa, this is Grandpa's prize, telling me about a long time ago, there was this little twerp in his class who would always ask a bunch of what he thought stupid questions. Okay? And it just so happened that guy who asked all the stupid questions later turned out to be the richest guy in town.
Mm-hmm.
So Dad would be the kind of guy who would say, don't feel bad asking a lot of stupid questions. Seemingly stupid questions. Anna, you're the kind of person that will share an amazing sunset with us. And I agree with you. The eastern view is even better at sunset than the western view. Always is. That's why I'd always like to be on the east. You're the kind of person that cares about everybody enough to actually just go out there and show everybody. Kathy, you're the kind of person that will get on the line here, take time out of your Sunday night, and share the amazing gifts and the amazing life that you've created for yourself. Like, that is so absolutely inspiring. I can't imagine somebody as a better role model for Kay than you. And I think your grandson, he feels that way 100% because, like, I can't imagine he would have somebody who would lift him up the way that you do, and a person that he can share those things with, and somebody who wouldn't look at him like, you're weird for having goals like that. And you completely and totally champion him, and he'll remember that his whole life. Like, you want to know about a ripple effect? I think that'll be a real ripple effect. And I'm the kind of guy who will really enjoy being on the call this week. I was really sad not to be on last week, so I'm really happy to be back with you guys. All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I would certainly echo your sentiment.